You say I make you nervous, a tragedy, I'm a beautiful disaster, a reckoning, you wonder how I got this way. You think I'm someone to be saved, someone to clean up and tame. Oh, some things never change, never change. You think I would look pretty on your arm once you cover up my bruises and battle scars, but it always ends the same. Can't bear the things I've had to face, got you crying on your knees in pain. Oh, some things never change, never change. Oh, you'll break your back to make me feel again, suffocate to make me breathe again, lose your mind from endless pain. Some things never change, never change. Oh, redemption never came.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Queen's Court. How is everybody doing on this lovely afternoon? Can you guys hear me okay? Is the volume good? Do I need to turn it up, down? So let's see who we have in the chat today. We have the beautiful Beth Dutton, Nana C, Pendar, Paisley Moon, my SDS. Hey, Graham. Hi, Roger Bunny. Redstone, Amy, Sheila D, Erica, my beautiful sister, Chasing Justice, Mystery Sky. Hey, Lips. Yeah, I know. I was a little impatient too, but I had some other things that I needed to do before I could get this started. Please hold. I am being interrupted. Sorry about that, y'all. But a mother's work is never done. Let's see who else is in the building. Hey, Kaz, mom of two. Hi, Donna. Hope you're feeling good. Hope everything is well with you. Hey, Nicolina. Sweet Vixen. Oh, Gray, you're going to start the prep for tomorrow. Good luck with that. Oh, who else? We got Renee 56. Hi, doll. Amber Robinson. L. Kennedy, have fun mowing the lawn. My grandmother's landscaper came today and did our yard. So, Lion Mama, how are you, darling? Yeah, Mom. Manchester Vicky, how are you, darling? Catlin, Nana Kim. Anybody else come in while I was rudely interrupted? Let's see. Let's see. I think that is it. Oh, hi, Auntie Trish. Chasing Justice. Hey, girl. Talk. How are you? You're multitasking. Yeah, that's the story of my life. I'm usually multitasking too. So I get it. Beautiful butterfly. How are you, darling? Anybody else? Hi, Spectrum. Kemper. Howdy, partner. Pitbull Mama. How are you, dear? You driving? Drive safe. On your way to work, Kemper. Have a good day at work. Hey, Miss Fletcher. How are you? Who else? Anybody else? Nope. That is it for now. So, how is everybody doing today? We have a lot to talk about. So much to talk about, so little time. You would think, huh? But no, we have all the time in the world. Hey, Adam. What's going on, buddy? Yeah, I've been gone for a while, y'all. Real life has been kicking my butt lately. So, when real life calls, you got to do what you got to do, and everything else is on the back burner. But yes, I hope everybody is having a wonderful, wonderful Monday. This is the beginning of the week. So hopefully your week is well. Who's going? Catlin, you going to the mall? What you going to get from the mall, girl? What you about to get from the mall? I ain't been to the mall in forever. I don't really shop like in stores anymore. I'll mainly like go to maybe Marshalls and TJ Maxx, stuff like that. But oh, you get food. But I don't really go to the mall anymore. I used to do that when I was younger. I don't have the time anymore. Yeah, I hate the mall too. It's just way too many people, way too many smells. It's a whole lot of stuff, and I can't deal with it. But yeah, so if you've been around these YouTube streets lately, you know about the debacle that's going on. But first, we all know it is almost May. I think we have less than a week left of April. And then my grandson turns 3. And I am so excited. Yes, Amazon online shopping. I do my grocery shopping on Amazon. I buy everything that I need off of Amazon. If I don't get it from Amazon, I get it off of Walmart. I can't. I can't be around a whole bunch of people. But yes. So the big man is turning 3 June 3rd. And I was being funny one day in Nicolina's chat when the whole I think she was talking about Peachy's wish list that she had for her kids or whatever. And so I was just being funny in the chat, and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna make a wish list for my grandson for his birthday." Hi, Spicy. Hi, girl. You just got home. Yeah, I'm glad I had today off because I need a break. But yeah, so I was being funny and was like, oh, I'm gonna make a wish list for my grandson for his birthday. Hi, gamer girl. And Nicolina was like, yeah, do that and I'll share it for you. So if my beautiful mod can drop the link for the Amazon wish list, I would greatly appreciate that. Also, if you're catching this on the replay, the link will be in the description. Um, but yeah, and then if you don't do Amazon, my Cash App is also scrolling if you would like to get something specific off the wish list, but you just don't want to do it. You can send me the Cash App right in the description, whatever you want to order. And Erica, wait, Erica dropped your link? Oh, you sure did. And I can purchase it off the wish list personally and just put your name on it or your YouTube name on it. Hi, Texas Kim. Hi, beautiful. Um, so yeah, but yeah. And if you would like to donate, it is not expected, but is also appreciated because everybody knows that all of my donations go straight to my grandson anyways. Hey Mark, how are you? I am so happy that you was able to make it. High crimes have consequences. Yeah, I don't know. Crimes. YouTube's been doing some real hinky stuff lately. Unsubbing people. It's been unsubbing people. One time I was watching a stream, the person had like over 1,000 people in the stream, and you would just watch the numbers go down. Um, it was shutting off the stream. YouTube's been doing some real hinky stuff lately. So yeah, that's wild. But yeah, so let's go to where. Oh, you're on the treadmill. I love the treadmill, Gray. How are you, beautiful? Um, so yeah, let's get started, shall we? So if anybody has been listening to YouTube lately, hi flawed my booski. I miss you, girl. Um, probably. Yeah, it purges on purpose, and that's just I don't know why it does but that's just wild to me. But yeah, so there's been a lot going on lately on these YouTube streets. Hey KJ3, how are you, darling? Roger Bunny, how are you, dear? Thank you for coming. Yeah, it's been really weird because yeah, Mimit and Ocean Lover, we're just gonna jump right into it. So first and foremost, how and I know that this is a stupid question. How do you allow this to happen? Because we already know she doesn't vet anything. She doesn't get any receipts. She just runs with whatever anybody tells her. Domino, no, don't come up here right now because you're gonna knock something down. But you said out of your own mouth that, hi cat, how are you, darling? You said out of your own mouth that you had a 2-hour conversation with this woman. And so you knew what she was coming on your panel to speak about. And yes, we know you wasn't going to ask for receipts because it was about Jimbo, supposedly, and whatever to make him look bad, you would allow it, which makes you look stupid in the end. And I'm going to tell you why. So, exactly, with no damn receipts. Tell him, Kimber. Wrong one. With no damn receipts. So, first and foremost, hi, Venomous. How are you? Okay, Nick, I'll let you know. So first off, I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's my worst enemy, a person that I wish would just fall out in the middle of the street on fire and I would not pee on them. I'm not letting anybody on my panel to spew lies and things that can possibly get somebody harmed or potentially lose their livelihood just off of hearsay. I need to see some receipts. I need to know that this is the truth. And to allow Ocean Lover, a known scammer, hi Grubby Goat, hi Tiny T, a known scammer and liar, because just last August she was on Jimbo's panel after she sent Southern Girl an email because Jimbo did not help her, but he helped me with my grandson's birthday, which once again I'm gonna reiterate this. I knew nothing about it until right before it happened. And she felt some type of way. I'm sorry. She's not entitled to anything. Nobody is obligated to give her one red cent. Jimbo has done so much stuff for her. And just because that time he didn't help her, it was a problem. She wanted to spew once again lies. So she sent Southern Girl an email talking about she was in fear for her life. She was scared of Jimbo, this, that, and the third. And then brings me into it, which leave me out of it. At that time, leave me out of it. Now, you can bring me up all you want to, because guess what? I really don't give a fuck. But anyways, so she come, hi, Princess Ice. She comes on Jimbo's panel in August saying, "Oh, I didn't send that email. My email was hacked. I don't even know Southern Girl. Why would I email her? I'm not afraid of you, Jimbo. I've been to your house numerous times. Why would I be afraid of you?" To then turn around and just the other, what was it? Friday morning, our time. It was Saturday night. No, it was Thursday night, Cali time. You go up on Mammoth's panel and you say how you had no electricity. You needed the money for your electricity. And your grandson was freaking out. And you guys drove down to Jimbo's house. And your grandson is dancing around. And Jimbo gets a hard on. Bitch, are you stupid? Or are you dumb? You have to be both, because I'm sorry, if that happened, I'm going to say something about it and then I'm making a phone call. Hey, Scotty, I'm making a phone call because there's no goddamn way that's going to happen and I'm just going to leave. I'm going to make up an excuse that my grandson is having an episode and just leave. That's bullshit, first and foremost. And then to turn around and say, "Oh, we never went back again." That was a lie, because we all seen the messages. We even seen the live stream that Jimbo did in March, where he said, "Oh yeah, Ocean Level was just here recently. Hey, Night Watch, Ocean Level was here recently, and we got pictures to prove it. I'm going to be posting those." So you fucked yourself because you even used the same picture as your YouTube profile picture, dumbass. Now make that make sense. I'm confused. And for the dumbasses that actually believe, oh, Jimbo did this and he's a drug dealer and Jimbo doesn't even take pills. So how's he a drug dealer? How does that work? You'd have to have the product in order to be a dealer, correct? Correct. Oh, okay. So that doesn't make sense. We've seen the text messages from March where she went back down to his house. We've seen the pictures because her girlfriend took the photos and sent them to Jimbo because remember, supposedly her phone has a black screen and it's had it for over a year. Yeah, I wish I had that buzzer. I'm gonna need to learn how to put those things on here because I need that stuff. Um, so she thought by making up all these lies, not realizing Jimbo still had all the messages. Like you fucked yourself. And then Jimbo posted pictures and Tiger Lori got the pictures and photoshopped the fuck out of those pictures. Yeah, crimes. She said that her phone has a black screen. She can't get into it. Hi, Pink Warrior. Hi, Tennessee Rose. Welcome to the Queen's Court. Um, Photoshop the fuck out of those pictures to the point that you took Jimbo out of the picture but forgot to take his arms out. Make that make sense. I'm confused. How do you how do you Photoshop a picture and you're trying to prove that it's a fake picture in the beginning and you take the person out with the background, but you leave his arms? Make that make sense to me, people, because I still don't get that one. See, I told you it's photoshopped. All she did was take the background out. No, ma'am, you're an idiot. And you're allowing people, yes, Miss Thelma was missing a leg, she was missing a boob. Like, what are you doing? And, oh, Tiger Lori has an iPhone. All she did was take the background out. No, stupid. Once again, you're allowing people to feed you false information and you're just running with it. Tiger Lori made you look dumb as hell. Titty Gate 2024. Yes, exactly. The photos were photoshopped, but it wasn't by Jimbo. Jimbo showed the original photos. Yes, it had the white line around it, but once again, if you have an iPhone, you know that that is what happens when you make stickers, memes, or you're trying to get the metadata out of the photo, especially if you have deleted text messages or a whole thread from the person, but you saved the picture to your album. Everybody was trying to tell this weirdo, nah, you don't know what you're talking about, B. The Jimbo didn't Photoshop the picture. This is how it. No, no, no. He Photoshopped the pictures. The pictures are fake. No, you just want them to be fake. Yes, Tiny T. She was missing a leg too. Like she was missing a leg and a boob. Like what happened? Why are you taking people's body parts out of pictures, you weirdo? But Tiger Lori made her look so stupid. And I'm sorry, I have a 15 Pro Max. So I know it's possible. I know what iPhones do. I don't have a cheap Obama phone that I got for free off the side of the road. I actually have an iPhone. Well, you can't see it because of my background. Right here. iPhone 15 Max Pro. Like, I've had iPhones since what, 2012? Used to have an iPod. Used to have an iPod Touch. Crimes, they ain't looking for no receipts because I believe when Ocean Lover went live, she said she wasn't giving no receipts. And she said that, and see, this is another thing. Because oh, your Galaxy does it too, Nana. See, okay, see, the newer model phones are starting to do it. The older ones don't. So if Tiger Lori's doesn't do it, that means she has an iPhone SE. Oh, see, you have it too. Well then, okay. Well then, I don't know what kind of iPhone that she has then if hers doesn't do it. Like that's just weird to me, and I just don't understand. I didn't look at my fiance's phone to see if he has that update. Um, she has to. Like Nicolina, she has to. There's no other way. Either that or Tiger Lori just told her that hers doesn't do that to further make her look stupid. But yeah, Ocean Lover said that she wasn't showing no receipts, and Mamet never asked her for the receipt. When, if my memory serves me correctly, I have the screenshot on my community wall where Mamet said to somebody in a chat, I asked her for the receipts. She's getting them. Let me see if I can go find that. Please hold. Let me see if I can find that for y'all. Because that's awfully weird that Mamet is saying, I'm not showing, she's not getting them. Oh, here we go. Here it is. I found it. So let's look at this, shall we? We're going to share our screen. So Mamet clearly states here at Joy, I actually asked her when we spoke for those, and she said she would have them have to find them. So I thought she would have them when I went live. She didn't, so now I am still waiting on the receipts. Can y'all see that? Can y'all see that? But Ocean Lover said that she didn't ask her for receipts. So which one is it? Did she ask her for the receipts or didn't she? That's weird. And then also, let's do this, shall we? I'm going to stop sharing for a second. And we're going to also look at this. Let's share this, shall we? Now, this is my picture in my room. Did I Photoshop myself in my picture? Because I see the white line around me. I could be wrong, but I think that is that white line. And when the white line shows up, it's because that's where you caught the screenshot. It's not going to be going all the way around because it's moving. I need to put her on the throne behind me. No. No. I could put her in shackles maybe on the side somewhere. But yeah, and then Mamet had the audacity to say, oh, he took the picture from Facebook. That's what that little picture is right there. Hey, Monster Secrets. No, like Nicolina said, that is because I'm in the picture. Now, if somebody else was in the picture with me, their picture would show up also. And then this is when the picture was taken, at what time, and it was from Snapchat that I saved it. So once again, did I fucking Photoshop myself in my own room? Hey, Ruby Dooby Doo. Like, that's weird. Like, it's crazy that people have to run with a lie just because they don't like somebody when they're blatantly being told, nah, that's not true. What you're saying is not true. That's not the truth. People are showing her it's not the truth. Oh, but Tiger Lori said, Tiger Lori's making you look like an idiot, you fool. Like, you can't be that stupid. You really can't. But then again, you probably could. Because look at the other dumb shit. Jimbo paid somebody to put an friggin' Apple tag on your car. He paid somebody to go all the way to friggin' California to put an Apple tag on your car. Hi, Trixie. Like, are we okay? Are we okay? Like, that is just it boggles my brain how stupid somebody can be. And they're still gonna run with the lie. And I bet you Tiger Lori is sitting back laughing at her because she's just that fucking stupid. Yes, even her subs were telling her it wasn't real. That the pictures wasn't photoshopped other than the ones that Tiger Lori photoshopped. Everybody was telling her. I'm done being nice outside my circle, done thinking people will do what's right, whether they Texas Kim, I'm right there with you, honey. I'm right there. I'm right there with you, darling. Hi, Summer. Hi, Daisy Joe. Hi, that girl 77. Yeah, I'm right with you, Texas Kim, because like this shit is just wild to me. Like, people can't even, and I know common sense isn't common anymore, and people don't like when they're being lied on, but they will continuously lie on others. That's weird to me. For people to stand by and allow these lies to be told, it really shows their lack of character and they have no spine. Fake, fake, fake. Kemper, I was just getting to that. And what makes this even worse, right? Like, I know there's been an upheaval lately. Hi, Mystery Sky. Apple tag my shoes? Why? Why my shoes? I can give you my location, especially if you have an iPhone. I can send you the link. You'll know where I'm at 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You might get a little bored because I don't do much, but I can give you my location if you would like it, darling. You don't have to pay anybody to Apple tag my shoes. Yeah, my Crocs. Don't Apple tag the Crocs either. That is a waste of money. Why would you waste your money when I'll just give you my location? Don't worry. Listen, don't waste your money because you will be upset. There's no common sense anymore. It is completely mob mentality. Around here, I ain't about that mentality at all. Yeah, me neither. Me neither. I ain't about the mob mentality. I'm not into the hate bonding. I'm not into all of that. I love you too, Trixie. I'm not into all of that. And it's just it boggles my brain that people around here will swear up and down they love you to death. You're their brother, you're their sister. They'll do anything for you. They're always there. But then when you need them the most, don't Apple tag me, bro. Yeah, don't air tag me. Like, that's just weird. Like, don't do that. That's crazy. But when it comes down to it, when that person really needs you the most, that you've been screaming up and down. Hi, Siegel. When did you do your taxes? Because tax day has came and gone, Siegel. So hopefully you did them before today. They're nowhere, the person's nowhere to be found. You got people lying on you, and this person feels as though they don't need to, and not even so much as defend you, but just stand up for your friend. Stand up for the person that you supposedly love. Somebody that's supposedly your brother and sister. Because I'll be damned. And that's why I'm speaking right now. Hey, no patience. I've been a little busy, so I haven't been able to just hit the live button like some people can. But I'll be damned if I'm going to let Jimbo bear this cross on his own when I know it's blatant fucking lies. And I'm sorry to say this. Some of you guys may be a little upset with me after this, and that's fine. Like, I was born alone. I'm going to die alone. At this point, like I've told people before, nobody disappoints me anymore because I don't put my full effort into anybody anymore. Yes, I love a lot of you people in this community, but where's Leslie? Because I'm sorry, she could hit the live for any and everything else, to cuss out Nicolina, to have those fucking foul, disgusting people on her panel, to dog Karen, when that had nothing to do with any of us. That was Nicolina standing up for what she thought was right. And I stand behind her. I stood behind her then, and I still stand behind her, behind that fact. What those people did to Karen was blatantly disgusting. And once again, you could hate me for saying what I'm saying, but guess what? I don't care anymore. Enough is fucking enough. How is it people that don't even like Jimbo are standing up for Jimbo and saying, nah, mammy, I don't like him and all that, but you're blatantly lying on him. But his so-called sister is nowhere to be found. That's all I want to know. Yeah, Nick stood on principle, period. Absolutely, Texas Kim. And I stand on principle, period, when it comes to that situation too, because I have family members that are transgender. And I'll be damned. And I would be fake as fuck if I was to sit here and follow behind the bigots and be like, oh yeah, F them. That's not really a woman. That's really a man genetically and biologically. But then go smile up in my family members' faces. That's fake. Like, I'm sorry, and I can't do it. And I would never stand for that. It's my opinion. It's how I feel. If you don't like it, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I'm not gonna be fake. I'm not gonna be phony. I don't do it in real life. I'm not gonna do it on YouTube. I mean, it is what it is, gamer girl, but y'all got over it. Karen was around. Karen actually was in Nick's chat yesterday, Night Watch. But yeah, like that's just it's just weird to me. And like I don't care who you're friends with. I don't care. You can be friends with people that I choose not to deal with. That's fine. But when you blatantly turn your back on people that have done nothing but support you, I kind of have an issue with that. Exactly, crimes. He would, and he still will. Jimbo loves her. And don't get me wrong, I'm not bad mouthing her. I'm just asking, where is she? This man truly needs her in his corner, if not just to stand in his corner with him, and she's nowhere to be found. That's all I'm saying. I'm just wondering. That's it. That's it. That's all. So yeah. But yeah, like that's just a whole nother situation that I'm not really gonna get into. I'm just wondering. I have questions. That's all. That's all. Just have questions. I mean, nobody's blocked in my chat except for Easy. I think Easy's blocked in my chat, and who did I see on my block list? It was Easy. Cause fuck him. He's a low life. He's a low life dirtbag. Hey, Mr. Nobody. He's a low life dirtbag. He's not allowed in my chat. I don't understand why it takes our community to take care of your responsibility, fuck boy. That's a whole nother situation in itself. Oh, your rapper's blocked in my chat too. No. Sweet. See, Nicolina, nah, she's not even blocked in my chat. Sweet Melissa, hey, Caslin. Sweet Melissa is welcome to come into my chat. As long as she's not on her little fuck shit and she don't say nothing out of the way. I mean, y'all know y'all could take her fucking head off as soon as she hits the door if y'all want to. Thank you, Caslin. I appreciate it. But yeah, y'all could take her fucking head off if y'all want to. I don't give a fuck. Because that's not my business. Because she has been saying some real foul, fucked up shit. And that bitch don't own no boat neither. Once again, just fucking lying. Oh, and ATL. ATIL? Yeah. Ma'am. Keep on with your fuck shit, too. Lying on fucking Jimbo, saying he's using a voice changer to call your fucking house. Bitch, you changed your number. How is anybody calling you? Make that make sense. Ma'am, I know where you live. I'm not too far from you. I'm only 4 hours, no, maybe 2.5 hours away from you. Fuck around and find out. That's all I'm going to say. Fuck around and find out. Next, who's next on the list? We already said Melissa ain't got no boat. She's a fucking liar. She lives in an assisted living community home thing. Oh, Ernie. And I'm only doing this because you thought you were cute last night, threatening a lot of the women that I've grown fond of. Do you think that anybody, and I mean any of these women and Blue on Black, are afraid of you? Because you were throwing out some real veiled threats last night. Hi, Teresa. You were throwing out some veiled threats last night. Talking about, oh, I don't have a problem with you, Arkansas, but you need to have them take you out of. She goes live with her picture, you idiot. Most of us do. I go live with my screen as me. I am me. I tell people all the time I dox myself on a daily basis. My private investigators can look everybody up. I know your grandchildren, your mama, daddy, brother, sister, uncle. Who gives a fuck? I know personally, I don't care. My family would tell you to go fuck yourself personally. But that's just my family. Everybody's family is different. Like, oh, absolutely, you could take him out, Nick. Oh, absolutely, you could take him out. Absolutely. Ernie started this whole thing with doxing me and my family. I know he regrets it now. Just wait until the regret really hits. Kemper, listen. Listen, like he said to you last night, Kemper, there ain't nothing but air and opportunity. It's supposed to be space and opportunity. But I'm gonna say this to you, Kemper, because he said he was gonna use your head as a mop and your ass as a bucket. I believe that's what he said. Kemper, make sure he stays away from your ass, please. That's all I'm asking. He probably is watching, or his little tiglets are watching. Okay, Nick, hold on. I'm coming. I'll drop it for you. Like, or his little tiglets are watching. That's fine. Run back and tell him what I said. Go run and tell that. I don't care. I'm not afraid of Ernie either. Like I said, my life is boring. So go ahead and look me up and dox me. I use my real name, dumbass. I have more than you, honey. I have a house. I have a job. I still have my children. Like, I just think it's wild that you sat there and tried to dox people when most of the time you got the information wrong. Nick,
Can you hear me?
yes, I can hear you now.
All right. For whatever reason now, my earbuds automatically disconnect when I join a StreamYard. I have to
Oh
reconnect them.
wow.
It's only on mobile though. So
Okay. Okay.
so what's up?
Girl, a whole lot of shenanigans. A whole lot of fucking shenanigans. And it's just sad, man. Like, the
I
shit
do
that's been going on does not need
Yeah.
to be going on.
No, and I do want to say I know and especially Gray, I know I love and respect you. And I know you're upset about the children thing, but I do want to explain to people that I was completely foul towards Mama T. And the reason is one, I owe Jimbo a lot of, I don't know how to say this. I put Jimbo through hell for a long time over the 12 is 12 shit. And I know how that has affected him and his family.
Yeah.
And so I'm in debt to him regarding this stuff.
Oh yeah.
Where I want to make it better and help make it better.
Mm-hmm.
And I know it traumatized him to an extent and his children. So
Yeah.
listening, to Mama T, she has weaponized my sexual assault multiple
Mm-hmm.
times. She has allowed other women on her panel to weaponize the sexual assault I went through.
Yeah.
And it was done to attack my credibility. It
Mm-hmm.
was to quote unquote slut shame but I've never been a house mouse. That's not how you get into a fucking motorcycle club, by allowing the club to run a fucking 300 men train on them. I think Kemper can attest to that. I
Yeah,
mean,
I've never heard of that
he
either.
no, but he works in an area and he knows girls. Like, that's just not how it fucking goes. It might go that way in those small shit clubs, but you
Mhm.
know, she weaponized my trauma over and over and over and over again. So I decided, you know what? I'm going to weaponize your trauma. I don't care if it's her grandchild at this point. What she did last week was so foul. And
Yeah.
everybody in the YouTube community that knows Ocean Lover knows she is a pathological liar.
Hmm.
So yeah, I went low, and I'm gonna keep going low with Mama T until she fucking issues an apology to Jimbo for not verifying with receipts, or she stops. Like, I'm gonna keep going lower than she is. And is it mature? No, but
Hmm.
how many people has Mama T done this to? It's not just
A
me. She
lot.
does it to Kemper too. First,
Yeah.
Kemper was the RSO down in Ohio. And even during that time, I was like, bro, I was sticking up for him because that's not true. You don't put that on somebody's
Yeah.
head. That can get somebody
Yeah.
killed.
And what's messed up is she got that information from Betty.
Right. And then now it's no longer that he's an RSO. Now it's a 14-year-old, somebody completely different. There is
Yeah.
no factual information to support anything that she says. So why do I have to take the higher road? Or why do any of us have to take the high road?
Yeah,
Does that make
exactly. Like,
sense?
no, it doesn't make sense. Like, she can say and do whatever she wants, but when somebody comes back at her, it's a problem. And it's like, that's not how the world works. If you hit me, I'm going to hit you back. I may hit you back harder, but I'm still going to hit you back. And that's just
Yeah,
the way it is.
I know the grandchild is in poor taste. But
Yeah,
again, I'm going to weaponize her trauma the way she has weaponized mine and allowed others to weaponize my trauma. So,
exactly. Not even that. She said you slept with your husband's brother.
yep,
And you
Anne
said
said that.
numerous times you didn't even know him
Not like that.
back
I mean,
then.
my sister knew him in like middle school and hung out
Yeah.
with him, but I know him. I was around him in the vicinity in July of, let's see, 20. When was the mod meeting that Rap got into of Ernie's? Was that 23 or 22?
I think that was 22 because I was
Was it?
still around then. Yeah, that was in
Okay.
22 because I was still around
So,
then.
yeah, so we were in the Thumb area of Michigan watching Nick's youngest do the Tough Man contest over there on
Mm,
Lake, fuck, I don't know my lakes right now. Erie, I don't know, whatever it is. And his mother brought Nathan. And I'll tell you what,
mm,
we were nowhere near that motherfucker because my husband cannot control his anger. He may have spoke
yeah,
some shit like a month ago about he would let him come over, but he was just being obstinate. My
yeah,
husband hates his brother. So her saying things like that and then putting the blame on him raping somebody on like as a bad reflection of me when it happened 20 years ago, like, fuck you,
no,
bitch.
you had nothing to do with it. It's not like
I
you
wasn't
held
even
the girl
around Nick.
down.
I
That's what
wasn't
I'm
even around
saying. But
my husband at that time.
it's not like you held the girl down and let him do it to her. Like, you had nothing to do with it. But for her to sit there and try and make it seem like his bad behavior is your fault, no, that's not true.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, Mama T has been caught in, I know, Gray, I just don't want you disappointed in me. And I'm sure there's a lot of other people they may have some off putting thoughts, but Mama T
Yeah.
has gone unchecked for over 2 years now. And she's only getting worse the more desperate she is for Ernie's attention. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? She,
Absolutely.
it's like the Manson ladies that would do anything Charles wanted, and
Yeah.
that's Mammoth.
Yeah.
That's Mama
Yeah.
T right there.
It is. It
Anything
is.
without question.
And yes, Texas
So
Kim, she is a mama auntie. Yes, yes, she is. Mm-hmm.
yes, she is a mommy auntie.
Mm-hmm. She sure is. According to her stepmother, and I believe her stepmother over her any day of the week. So yes,
Thank you.
yes, she is. But nah, I get it, Nick,
Okay.
because even like when you first started saying it, I was like, oh shit. I was like, oh well, hey, and I was just like, well, I mean, the shit that she's been saying, even her co-signing the shit that Brett was saying about your daughter and your husband and your sons, like that's not okay either.
No, it's not.
But
She
she
actually,
co-signed that. It was like,
yeah,
well, if you go after his kids, he's gonna come after yours. Nobody
which I
knew that
most
man
certainly
had
did.
kids
No,
until recently.
none of us did.
So
Absolutely
that
not.
doesn't even make sense. But yeah,
Well, but
I
that
get
was
it.
her way of justifying her behavior and being able to feel guiltless, you know.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
so when all of the nasty things Brett has said, never once in, gosh, I think it's been 5 weeks, 6 weeks, has
Mhm.
anybody said that he got swatted with guns drawn because the call that was made stated that I allegedly called and said he was sexually abusing his children. And I haven't
Yeah,
heard that claim. I
that's the
I've never
second
heard that claim.
story. Me neither. That
That's
was the second story because the first story was about him on live and
yep,
putting a pew pew in his mouth. And
yep,
that's why he got swatted. And now all of a sudden the second story is that he was essaying his kids and
yep.
like
Never happened.
they can't even keep their story straight. That's how you know they're lying too. Like it's like why lie when we know the truth?
Well, I got a clip sent to me yesterday of Katie admitting that they
Mm-hmm.
lie.
Yeah, I seen L Kennedy's video where she clipped it and posted it.
Yeah. It's never ending,
Oh.
but that's why like when people get frustrated with blame Katie, personally, I do not think she is capable of being that stupid. I think she's being intentionally obstinate to
Yeah.
trigger people, and that's the way she trolls,
Yeah.
because there's just no way. She has a 4-year degree from, I think she said, Texas A&M. Idiots do not get a 4-year degree from that college. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know. But I do have to drop off because I'm almost to the school to pick up Miss Maggie from track practice. So I'm
Okay.
going to
Thank
be
you for coming
listening.
up.
Yeah.
I
And hey,
appreciate you.
will you send me the wish list link in a text message so I have it?
Yes, ma'am. I'll send it to you right now.
All right. Thank you. I'll talk soon.
Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Later. Bye. Yeah, like I don't know. It's just weird to me, you guys. Like for her to sit there and be like, "Oh, she talked about my grandbaby. She had my grandbaby up on the screen." And how many people's children have you spoken about? How many people have you spoken about? How many people do you allow Ernie to speak about and you don't say anything about it? Y'all allowed him to play a video with those children being hit in the head with an axe. But that was okay because that was awareness. That was general awareness, right? The fuck out of here. Like y'all are just weird to me. And I don't get it. What's good for you is not good for everybody else. But then when you're called out on it, it's like it's a problem. Oh, they're picking on me. They're being bullies. They're doing this. They're doing that. Like, really? That's how y'all feel about that situation? Hey, Beverly Palmer, how are you, darling? Good to see you. I hope all is well. I hope the family is doing well, my darling. Yes, Erica, it was horrible. It was simply awful. And I didn't even see it. I didn't want to see it. Like, that is the most disgustingest thing I have ever seen in my life. But they condone that. So, I mean, if it's good for y'all, why isn't it good for us? Ernie just threatened people's children and grandchildren last night. And that was okay, right? I don't care if he didn't put no pictures up. Hey, Skunk Ape. I'm sorry, Nick was talking when you came in. Yeah, I'm doing good. The baby had an appointment today. We came home. I set this up because I had a few things that I needed to get off my chest. Oh, I got another thing that I need to say. Hey, Scotty. I don't think I spoke to you when you came in either, darling. How are you? I have something else to get off my chest, right? If you don't like me and you were skeptical about me and you were telling other people that they needed to watch me because you thought, quote unquote, I was sketchy, then there was no reason for you to try and be my friend. There was no reason for us to talk. And that's all I'm going to say on that matter. Because I've never been sketchy to anybody. I have never been nothing but honest and truthful with everybody, whether I was right or wrong. And if I did wrong, I let the person know what I did. So, you know what you can do? Because I'm tired of being nice. I'm not fake and phony. I've never been fake and phony to anybody. When he goes on about the women in his chat being the most beautiful, are they using their real pictures, Skern? You made no sense, idiot. Yeah, exactly. When he said that last night, I almost lost it. I'm like, bro, you think them women are beautiful? Gamer girl, stop it. Hi, Guardian Angel. Gamer girl, stop. Yeah, like, Mammoth looks like the Crypt Keeper. And she's beautiful. Brainworms, how are you, darling? Tell him, lying mama. We were not raised to be sketchy like some of these other YouTube bitches. Listen, we're not built like that. And I know good and goddamn well I'm not built like that. You're loopy and very sore. We'll rest, honey. But I'm glad you're here. Relax, sit back, listen. Yeah, there's no nah, I was never raised to be sketchy. Who you see here, who you see in the chats is who you see in real life. And there's some women, hi Firefly. There's some women that I talk to on the phone from YouTube. No, absolutely nothing beautiful about Mammoth inside or out. Never has been, never will be. Like I can't, I don't understand why people have to be so fake and phony to kick it. Like, if you don't like a person, even if they're in your circle, you don't have to be fake and phony. I'm sorry. If I don't like a person, I just don't like you. I don't have to give you a reason. I don't have to smile up in your face. I can be cordial and say, hey, hi, how are you? But other than that, I don't have to do all the extras. Gamer girl, me girl. Listen, I'm glad she doesn't cam up often either. I would never be able to listen to her. Like the only time I can honestly listen to her is when somebody streams her and they're giving their commentary over it, because to listen to her is like watching fucking paint dry. She's just as boring as fucking Gypsy. I'm sorry. I can't. I would just stab my friggin' ears out if I had to just listen to her. She is scary, Crimes. She's very scary. And I mean, I don't understand how she can talk about somebody's looks or try to fat shame them with the way she looks. I'm not saying I'm the most beautifulest woman in the world. Oh yeah, her pictures are not only Photoshop, they have nothing but filters. So yes. I'm behind in the stream, but did Nick say that Katie said they lied about the Brett LE call? Um no, she said that Brett lied about it because it was two different stories and they still haven't came out with the FOIA request for the audio. So, but Katie has claimed that her community lies. So she very well could be saying that he lied about the call. Who the fuck knows? I don't, I don't know. Like it's funny, right, you guys? One day I think I called Melissa fat or something. When, trust me, I know I'm fat. I know I am. I've never proclaimed that I'm not. Never proclaimed I was the most skinniest woman in the world. I know I'm fat. And if I see another fat bitch, I'm going to say, you a fat bitch. I'm sorry, it is what it is. But somebody had the nerve to come underneath my comment and be like, well, you're not skinny yourself. Bitch, I never proclaimed to be. Is that the only comeback you have? Like, it's weird to me. Like, Mamet tries to down people's looks and try and body shame them. And it's like, you're not no prize pig yourself, honey. Like I said, you look like the fucking crypt keeper. I'm sorry, I'm very blunt and I'm very to the point. I don't sugarcoat shit for nobody. If I tell you something and it's sincere, it's coming from the heart. I'm not sugarcoating anything for anybody. I don't do it in my real life. I'm not doing it on YouTube just to be friends with people. Like I said, if you don't like me, you don't like what I say, I don't know what to tell you. Thank you, Skunk Ape. I appreciate that. But once again, I say what I want to say, but it's just funny. Yeah, she's skinny and not attractive. No, being heavy does not make you an ugly person. You're absolutely right, Tiny T. You are absolutely right. Because there are some very beautiful big women. And there's some really hot big men too. I mean, it is what it is. And looks is not everything. It's what's inside that counts more, because looks fade. It's your heart, it's your soul, it's the way you treat people. I know I can be a bitch, and I am very hard to handle sometimes. Exactly. Your personality defines your beauty. Right, Nancy. You're absolutely right. That is the absolute truth. And they are the most ugliest people I've ever met in my life. It's a Gen X thing. Yeah, it is. Oh, thank you, Tiny. Thank you, Texas Kim. You're always so sweet to me. Lion mom. That's true though. How'd you mess up your phone? Beautiful butterfly. What happened? What'd you do? But yeah, it's just it's weird to me. And like, I don't know. It just yeah, she could look like Jennifer Aniston, but because she's just ugly inside, it just makes her ugly outside. Like, I'm sorry. All you do day in and day out is berate, belittle people, talk shit about them all the time. But when they say something back, oh, this motherfucker said this, that, and the third about me. Like, bitch, you just went on a whole fucking rant about somebody. And now that they have something to say back, it's a problem. Like, that's weird. That's very weird. And the people that are not like, well, you did say something first. Like, if you had left that person alone, they wouldn't have said anything about you. Crimes. Yeah, some didn't get the memo. I Texas Kim, I don't know anymore. Like, it's just weird to me. Like, people just act like something they're not. Because I know good and damn well if Nick and Mammoth were in the same vicinity, she would not have all that fucking mouth. I know good and goddamn well she wouldn't. Just like the friggin' keyboard warriors over there, that all they do is bitch this, super bitch that, dumb bitch this, dumb bitch that. Like, what happened? Like, it's just I don't get it. It's like you don't panel up, you don't cam up, but you want to talk about other people. And it's like I do something y'all don't do. Like, yes, I'm mostly in chats most of the time. But I mean, if I have the moment to go live, oh trust me, I'm going live. I'm going live. Especially like if nobody else is live or if it's something that is like really bugging me, which these things have been bothering me for days. And it's like by the time I get home from work, it's like after 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm not firing up a live. My grandmother is sleeping, my daughter's sleeping, and my grandson's sleeping. How do I look going live at 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning and waking up my whole house for fucking YouTube? Absolutely fucking not. It's not that goddamn important. I'll get to it when I fucking get to it. And it's just that simple. Like, yes, exactly. That is so true, Gray. That is very true. MTV and neglect. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, listen, it's not even a tiger. Somebody that calls themselves a tiger, a eagle, a teagle, a bear. Like, I'm side eyeing you. Like, you're an animal? Why would you want to be an animal? Like, that's weird. Like, I understand we're mammals, yes, but it's just, I don't know. That's just weird to me. Some people have no lives off of YouTube. Yeah, that's the problem. And then they want to say to others, "Oh, why don't you go outside? Why don't you go get some fresh air? Why don't you go do that?" Like, that's weird. You telling other people, "Oh, they need to go outside. Why don't you go get some fresh air? Why don't you go do something with your life? Don't you got kids? Why ain't you spending time with your..." You're not doing the same. You can hear the kids fucking screaming in the background, and you're just on live. Like, Fluffy. Yeah, Fluffy. He's coming after everybody. He said that he has information on everybody that is on Jimbo and Nicolina's intro videos. And he knows everybody's mama, daddy, grandchild, brother, sister, uncle, daddy. Like, bring it, Ernie. Like, don't, like Mammoth said, don't sing it, bring it. Like, the fuck? Like, bro, like, you're mad corny. Like, people are supposed to be like, "Oh my god, Ernie has our information. Everybody shut up about him now. Don't mention him. Don't bring him up." No, that's gonna make people want to talk about you even more, silly, because they're gonna say how stupid you sound. Hence why I'm here. Yeah, right? Stop that, Ernie. Stop that. But Mammoth had no problem with him talking about doxing people and fucking talking about he knows all their business and their names and their kids. She did not once say anything. "No, Ernie, don't say that. That's mean. Like, you shouldn't do that. Don't talk about the kids. Don't bring the grandkids." No, she didn't do none of that. Like, that's just weird to me. But then you want to cry and complain. "Nicolina brought up my granddaughter." Okay. You're a piece of shit. I'm not saying that I condoned what she said, but you had it coming. You allowed Ocean Lover to put not only Jimbo's livelihood, but his life in jeopardy by making those false allegations about him. I'm sorry. That's just how I feel. I know, right, Daisy? Oh my god. Like, I don't know. This shit is weird to me, y'all. The tiny tiger is threatening everybody. And everybody is supposed to be hiding under their beds, in their closets. They're supposed to be crying in the car. They're supposed to be doing all the things. But yet, and still, everybody's laughing at him. Lion Mama, I threw up a little bit in my mouth too. That was just the most disgustingest thing I've ever heard in my life. He has the most beautifulest women in his chat. Wrong answer. Wrong answer. Sorry. That's not how that works. Exactly. Exactly, Texas Kim. That's what I'm saying. That is exactly what I'm saying. So I'm sorry. Yeah, Fluffy, he did go blind if he think them heifers are fucking cute. I'm sorry, not cute, beautiful. Have you seen them bitches? I've seen a couple of them. They ain't beautiful. Like I said, I'm not the flyest thing walking, But I know I'm pretty. Them bitches. Hi, Penny Positive. I hope you're feeling well. Give Ariel my love. Yeah, that's just gross too, KJ3. Like, that turns my stomach every time I hear that dumb shit too. Oh, sweetie. Oh, honey. Oh, baby. I just love you guys. You guys are so beautiful. I have the beautifulest women in my chat. That's gross. Oh, you didn't know crimes? Yeah, we were supposed to be hiding now that he has all of our information. Yes, now that he has all of our information, we're supposed to be hiding in the closets, under our beds. We're supposed to be crying in the car. We're supposed to be saying, Ernie, we are so sorry. We will never bother you and your little tiglets again. You and the Teagles are off limits. We will never speak about y'all again. Wrong answer. It's not gonna happen. Oh my goodness. No way, Lion Mama. Oh my God. I'm getting sick all over again. Gamer Girl, I don't know. I think he's blind. The syphilis herpes titus is getting to his eyesight. I don't know. 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 Ew. Daisy Joe. The turtle? Turtle? Turtle. He's 5'5", 120. Man. Oh, yeah. Not a sex object. Listen, I I don't know. That's just gross to me. I don't know. I don't. Ernie's a very gross individual. And for them to say that, because Mammoth also said that Jimbo falsifies documents, and that was Ernie's claim. And Jimbo said, yeah, Ernie asked me to do it, but I never did. Listen, Texas Kim, I don't want him to. Where did that comment go? No. Mm-mm. Listen, he can stay behind the screen too with the rest of them. That's what they like to do. Let them stay behind the screen, please. Chris Miller is sexy too. I see. I don't even know Chris Miller. Like, but what I will say is, it's mighty strange to me that, like, this is okay to them. Like, and had Jimbo done it, Ernie would have receipts to prove. Exactly, Nicolina. That's the point that I'm making. Hold on, you guys. That was my brother calling me. But yeah, like it's weird to me. Like these people, these people just think they are the hottest thing since sliced bread, and it's like, nah, I've seen better. I've seen better, and it's not you. Like Tony, hi friend. That's my best friend Tony right there, y'all. Oh yeah, Erica, when you get a moment, can you drop the wish list? And guys, I'm also gonna put it in the description of this video when I'm done. Um, I know you told me years ago people are weirdos. I know, Tony. And you know where we come from. So this is nothing. Tony. So me and Tony were talking on the phone yesterday, and I was telling him what was going on. And I told him about Mammoth and everything. And it was funny because it's like Mammoth is worried about Nicolina putting up a picture of her granddaughter, saying what she said about the granddaughter, but at least Mammoth got to see her granddaughter. At least she's seen her other grandkids. Tony and I, and Trish Green Eyes, and Beverly Palmer, we know a guy that didn't even know he had a grandchild until he seen it up on somebody's YouTube. Seen it on somebody's video that he had a grandchild. So until that is an option for you, I don't want to hear anything. Like until you have somebody doing a 15-hour stream with one of your exes and saying the things that you like to do and they like to do to you, until you have that happen, I don't want to hear it. Until you have people calling funeral homes because your father so-called passed away and it came out that it's a lie, I don't want to hear it. Like this is amateur hour at the rodeo from where we came from. People used to do 12-hour streams back to back. One person would do a 12-hour stream on a person, then it would go to the next person. We would do a 12-hour stream. It was like it was a daily marathon. Like it's wild to me that some of the things that people complain about, it's like you haven't seen anything. And trust me, I could do the things that were done back then. I just choose not to. I choose to be a better person now than what I was back then. But ask Tony. Our alter egos, even his and mine, are in rehab permanently. Permanently on in rehab. We try not to bring them out unless it's deemed necessary. And this little minor stuff, and I say minor because from my point of view, it's minor. To some people, it's major, and I get that. And I'm not downplaying anybody else's feelings, but from the way I look at it, it's minor. So it's like there's no need for me to go back to 2017 to 2019. That person does not need to come back because it's not worth it. Now, if you could get on the level to where I was back in 2017 to 2019, then maybe we can talk. But yes, Chucky is in a deep sleep, and that's where he's going to stay. Even though that's my boot thing. But listen, Tony's alter ego and my alter ego, they're gone. They're sleeping. We don't want to wake the beast. So it's like, that's why, like, honestly, I can make jokes about things that happen, and I can talk about people with a smile on my face and laugh and joke about it, because this is nothing compared to what I came from, if that makes sense to y'all. So, but yeah, I don't know. It Ernie better tread lightly with his so-called PIs, because if he really has private investigators and they're looking up people's info and they have everybody's info and they use it for malicious reasons, oh, he could be in a lot of trouble. It just takes that one right person to file a complaint, take him to court, get him arrested. Look what happened to Rap. Even though, yes, Rap went to the woman's house and stuff, but that's completely different, but it's the same. You're harassing somebody, you're putting out their information, and you're being malicious about it. So I'm just saying, y'all better tread lightly. And Mammoth, you better stop letting people make false allegations on people, because now you're saying, oh, you're going to sue Jimbo for his settlement. For what? Because he told the truth on you? Because he told everybody that your father was an RSO? Well, he is. That's public knowledge. Oh, no. Miss Maggie. Miss Maggie. So I see there's a hiccup with the Amazon wish list. I have to go in and put the mailing address in. I thought it was already there, but evidently it's not. So I will fix that. But like I said, the link will be in the description. But yeah, like, y'all better tread lightly. And man, how Beth? Yeah, out eating dinner. Have fun. Tell my brother I said hello, and tell mom I said hello as well. I hope you guys enjoy. Katie went live. I don't fucking care. But yeah, like, Mammoth, you can't file, you can't try and sue Jimbo for his settlement money. He didn't slander you. You have to prove. I know, Crimes. I just seen that. So yeah, hold off. I didn't realize it wasn't there. Um, um, what was I saying? Oh yeah, you have to prove that it's slander. You can't prove that it's slander because it's the truth. Your boyfriend did have DUIs. I mean, there's articles in the paper. Okay, Nana C, drive safe. Love you too. There's articles. I mean, we didn't just pull information out of our asses. Like, people actually looked and showed the articles of your sister, of your boyfriend. I mean, they haven't pulled up the FOIA report yet on your dad's incident, but I don't know if they can, because it involved a minor. So I'm not sure. But even that, you and your sister blamed her, said that she dressed up like your mom. How does a 13-year-old dress up like your mom to seduce your dad? Like, that's weird. And I don't think that's possible. A 13-year-old would not be the same body structure as your mom. Like, that doesn't even make sense. Her boyfriend called her. Yeah, so yeah, it is a lie. Like, there's no, like, that doesn't make sense. Like, a 13-year-old dressed up like a grown adult woman and seduced your father? So was your father that stupid? Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't know, it's weird. Exactly, Trixie. And with the mother there. Which that still doesn't make sense to me either. Why would the babysitter be there if your parents are home? I wouldn't have a babysitter for my children if I'm just going to sit home. Think about this. Think about this. How hard was it to find a wig in the early 80s? It was impossible. Exactly. And a 13-year-old is not going to have the money to go buy a wig from the wig shop. Like these days and times, you can go to the hair store. You can even go to CVS sometimes and find wigs and hair pieces and stuff like that. I think the I think the sitter was staying the night because they went out to the bar that night and came back intoxicated. Okay, well then that makes sense then. That makes sense now. We didn't have China making wigs for $10 like we do now. Exactly, Nicolina. We didn't. If you went to the and back in the 80s, you didn't go to the hair store to buy a wig. You went to an actual wig shop where all they did was sell wigs. That's all they did. Sold wigs. So like that has never made sense to me. She dressed up like the mom to seduce the dad. Like that doesn't make it never made sense to me. But I mean, that's what you get from another known liar and scammer. So I mean, that's why I'd say that these liars and scammers all deserve each other. They really do. Because that's what they do. They lie and they scam. Then her mom left all the girls with Mark. Yeah, that doesn't make sense to me either. The 13-year-old dressed up like mommy to seduce daddy. Mommy left and left the girls with the daddy that assaulted the 13-year-old. Yeah, I don't know. That's I don't know. That just doesn't make sense. Because in all honesty, what he was charged with, and I believe Nicolina said lewd and lascivious acts on a child under 14. So which means if Mamet was 8 and the other sister was a baby, when he got arrested and charged for this, he should have had no contact with those girls because they were in that age range. It's not like they were older. So yeah, this whole story doesn't make sense. Yeah, I don't know. There's some weird. There's some weird about this whole story, even though we know he's an RSO. So Tiny T, yeah, I was saying the same thing, but what I'm gathering, and Nicolina just make sense. I guess mommy and daddy went out to the bar, so they had the babysitter come over. When they got home, they were intoxicated. So then the babysitter stayed when mommy and daddy came home, and that's when daddy, yes, Nicolina, you may. And then that's when daddy assaulted the babysitter. So that would make more sense that they went out to the bar or down to the local watering hole, had a couple of drinks, came back intoxicated, and daddy forced his way on to the 13-year-old. That makes more sense. Never lying mama, but the way my brain works, it has to make sense to me in order for me to believe it. So, I mean, you muted, Nick.
I figured it's easier to explain it. So, gosh, I want to say in 1993, my mom had me live with her brother down in our Olathe, Kansas.
Mm-hmm.
And because my mom, I guess, was going to move down there. I don't know. It didn't work out. Either way, it was a really awkward fucking situation for me. But
Yeah.
I can remember because I didn't know these people, right? I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it was
Yeah.
like moving in with, and my uncle was not. He was a weirdo. But I can recall my aunt, his wife, said, "Hey, I have a friend," because I was in eighth grade, so I want to say I would have been 14 years old.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, "Hey, I have a friend. If you, she's looking for a babysitter tonight. She'll pay you $20, which $20 was a lot of money back in 93,
Yeah.
94, and so I was excited, right? So I get taken to this house that's now granted, my aunt and uncle, they lived in a very nice upper middle class subdivision in Olathe, Kansas.
Okay.
I'm driven to this house now, and by no means am I being judgmental on socioeconomic status because it was a culture shock for me because
Mm-hmm.
where I grew up, and we lived in a regular neighborhood, not a subdivision, but it was middle to upper middle class. And
Mm-hmm.
I get taken to this home, Ashley, and it is in the country, and it's a trailer on property.
Mm-hmm.
And we're talking like an old aluminum single wide trailer. And
Yeah.
so I was a little scared because I'm like, I'm in the middle of nowhere, and they didn't have a telephone. That's
Huh?
scary. Yeah.
Yeah,
No
that's
telephone.
weird.
Mm, not really for the time because there were a lot of people I went to school with
Well, yeah.
that
Well, a lot.
couldn't
Yeah,
couldn't
most people
afford.
have landlines, but if you
Right,
couldn't afford it, yeah,
that's all they had were landlines, and there wasn't the government subsidies with telephone companies like there is with mobile services and internet now.
yeah, true.
um so I was like terrified, right? I'm like, all right, what if
Mm-hmm.
there's an emergency? I'm like out here, I have no idea where I'm at, I don't have a way to get a hold of anybody if something happens. So anyways, so I'm watching these kids, and I will never fucking forget it. It is the most traumatizing thing that I can recall from that age. The woman comes home with her date. They are trashed. I'm on the couch and they're both drunk. Clearly, I'm staying the night because that was the
Mm-hmm.
plan, because they were going to go out drinking and they weren't going to be able to bring me home to my aunt and uncle's.
Yeah.
And I will never forget, like, she even like came out into the kitchen in her lingerie, like no give a fuck. Like, I woke up and I'm laying there paralyzed thinking, are these people gonna hurt me? You know what I mean? Like, because it's just
Yeah.
my mom was such a prude. Like, holy shit. Well, anyways, they did their thing. They were not quiet about it. So my assumption is, based on that experience as a child with that kind of behavior, is Marvin and his wife, they went out drinking. They had this 13-year-old babysitter in the house. She was going to stay the night. And,
Mm-hmm.
13 is not far from really the age of 8 when it comes to a 13-year-old's going to, they're going to play with the 8-year-old, the younger sisters. You know what I mean? Like, I
Yeah.
remember being a babysitter and I loved, like, even when I came home back to Michigan, I was the babysitter for everybody if I wasn't watching my mom's children.
Mm-hmm.
So all it tells me is they went out drinking, they came home, but Marvin, being that he's a predator, probably assumed mom was passed out, went into the bedroom because Mama T explains she got her siblings out of the bedroom to go get their mother. This man
Right.
went into a bedroom where these children were sleeping, his children. He knew that wasn't his bedroom. I don't care how fucking drunk you are.
Yeah.
No fucking way did he not know that was a 13-year-old child. Now you have to then look at the whole wig thing. Absolutely impossible. This was 42 years ago. What does that put it? 1983?
No, 80, 84, 85.
Okay, still. And
Yeah,
if
because I was born in
now,
83 and I'm turning
yeah.
41.
So my earliest memories of my community where I lived, I would say was probably about 10 years. I was 10 years old, riding my bike. We'd go downtown to the five and dime store. There was
Mhm.
no way we could find a wig
No.
in the fucking 80s unless you went to a specialized wig shop. Now,
Mhm.
up until then the internet was introduced, but then still what were our options? It was eBay in the 2000s. What are those? Are those what is that?
Stitch. It's a Stitch water bottle.
Oh, okay. Oh, Stitch.
From Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah.
I got my
So there
stepdaughter one for her birthday.
there was nothing around, Ashley.
There
Like,
wasn't.
even when I shaved my head for a cancer fundraiser, I had to go to Frandor, which is part of Lansing, East
Mm,
Lansing. I had to go to a wig shop in 2015.
yeah.
Amazon wasn't a big thing in 2015. I don't even know if they you know what I'm saying? Like, eBay
They
was your
had it, but it was
one-stop
more
shop
for business.
online.
It was more for businesses at that time.
Right.
It didn't become more commercial mainstream until I think 2016, 2017, around that time,
Yeah, no, I
right
agree
before the
with that.
pandemic.
I agree with that because that's when I started doing a lot of shopping online.
Hmm.
When they started offering Prime, and I want to say that was 18.
Yeah, right when the pandemic almost,
Yep,
well, yeah,
right
right before the
before.
pandemic. Yep.
But they had that in place, right?
Yeah.
So in 1985 or 86, there was no place to get a fucking wig in the area that they resided in Oregon.
No.
That is a Mama T story that she is using to justify her
What her
father
father do.
doing
Hmm.
this.
Hmm. Yep.
I mean,
That's true. That
I
is so
do
true.
believe after Marvin went to prison, and it probably wasn't a long prison stint because it seems to be the Pacific West are very easy on sexual predators.
Hmm.
When her mom left them to Marvin, you gotta think this guy is clearly an RSO. Do I believe that he did anything to them? I don't know. It's a possibility, but I truly believe he was inappropriate enough that they will excuse the behavior away
Hmm.
no matter what.
Yeah,
No matter
absolutely.
what.
Absolutely.
And again, the stepmother kind of co-signed that because Tina, she said, pretty much, in my opinion, extorted her father for the car, and she said enough's enough.
Yeah.
Now, I'm
Yeah.
going to tell you a story. This kind of a trigger warning. So, Maggie's father got married pretty young,
Hmm.
and they were both MSU graduates. They were both heavy into politics. His wife at the time moved them to DC because she worked for a lobbying firm.
Hmm.
And he told me some pretty bad stories. Now, they all attended Lansing Christian School, which is still in operation to this day.
Okay.
It's
It's like a
it's
Catholic school.
No, this is
Well,
Lansing
like
Christian, where
Christian.
people are
Yeah.
praying in tongues and you're gonna die and brimstone and fire and
Oh, okay. All right.
but it was the upper middle class to the wealthy sent their children there.
Yeah.
And his wife, and I'm not gonna say her name, but his wife and her sister were essayed by their father their entire life.
Oh, wow.
And what they decided to do is they hatched a plan. Jay and her sister, that's just the initial, and
Hmm.
they extorted their father and said, "You're going to give us X amount of money, or
Hmm.
we are going to go public with the incest." He liquidated a lot of his assets and paid them both $250,000
To
to
keep
keep
them
them quiet.
quiet.
Yep, it happens. It happens. So a lot of times the product of incest,
Hmm.
familial molestation, whatever you want to call it, they do one of three things. They reach out and they try to tell someone and they're rebuffed and ignored. They grow up, extort the fuck out of their abuser, or they
Hmm.
become enablers of abusers. Mama
Yeah.
T is an enabler. We have seen how much she enables abusers just on this platform and
Hmm.
within her relationship with Butch.
So
20
true.
years. 20 years the man never married her and he walked all over her and she made excuse after excuse. She is the classic codependent enabler that will
Hmm.
never hold an abuser accountable,
Yeah.
ever, unless it
Exactly.
benefits them.
Well, yeah. If it benefits them, then yeah. If not, then they'll just sweep it under the rug like it never happened, and
Yeah,
everything is just sunshine and roses, and
yeah,
my world is perfect when it's crumbling on the inside. Yeah.
yeah,
Hmm.
absolutely. And Mama T's not raw enough. Um, how do I say this? She's very disingenuous.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, that's what I was
Absolutely.
thinking. Crimes have consequences. I said that this morning. I think they knew that
Hmm.
Jimbo's lawsuit against the insurance company was, it's about 2 years, maybe close to two
Yeah.
years. And he's talked about it. He's brought it up. He never brought
Hmm.
up the amount until the last couple of days after the
Yeah.
ocean liver shit. But I
Hmm.
truly believe this was an attempt to set up this story to have Ocean Liver extort him and say, pay me X amount of dollars and I won't go to the police. And then she would have to split the extortion purse with Mammoth, Ernie, and herself.
Yeah.
I truly believe that.
That's a great possibility, and it's almost plausible because she's dumber than a box of rocks, and she'll just go along with whatever they say. So
No, and
yeah,
that's,
that
yeah, she will.
mhm. Yeah.
Pendar, that's why I told that story. I think that's what Mama T did regarding her
Yeah.
father. So I think there could have been some nefarious shit happen
Hmm.
with her, but I can't say it 100%. But there are people that are abused as young children, and then there's Stockholm syndrome, and then they defend the abuse and justify the abuse. But and that's what we see her do with Ernie.
Yeah.
She justifies everything Ernie does.
Hmm. Yep, that's absolutely true. I remember that, Penny. I remember that.
I did not see that, Penny, but I still am not convinced that's her firstborn child. Her firstborn was only on panel one time. There's no way anyone would recognize the voice. I think Pink
Mm,
Bow is Wendy Gabbert.
I don't know who that is.
You don't remember Wendy Gabbert?
No.
She was a diehard like Pink Bow, and then she just suddenly fucking disappeared.
Disappeared.
Yep.
Mm.
I do not think that is her child. A lot of people think that. but at the same time, she makes very unhinged comments. So I'm about 50% with Wendy Gabbert. Wendy Gabbert was a diehard. She was a weirdo, but Pink Bow is clearly mentally ill.
Yeah, she is. Like some of the stuff that she says in chat, it's like, what is wrong, ma'am? Calm down. Go breathe. Go do something.
Her and
Walk
Chris Miller
away.
need to
Like,
date.
oh, good gracious. Yeah, he's another one. Ask Wait, which one is the one that's always like ask Nicolina about what's that guy's name?
Alan Krebs.
Oh, Alan. Yeah. They're all fucking weird.
Uncle Jeffy.
Yeah. They're all
Alan
fucking
Krebs
weird.
is so mentally ill. He has, I don't know if it's a rumble or a bit, I think it's a bit shoe. He has his whole entire bit shoe is all about me and Betty.
Really?
Yes, Alan Krebs is actually David Tottacini, who was the sex offender out of New York that Betty has discussed. Betty has produced. She actually produced receipts about David Tottacini.
Okay.
Now Alan, aka David, is relocated down to Florida. That man
They're all go to
is
Florida.
unhinged.
Yeah,
But they get all the tards over there.
yeah. Oh, absolutely, they do. All the friggin' window lickers.
The head speds.
Window lickers.
Yeah, they are window lickers. So
They all need to be on the short bus with helmets because they're not wrapped too tight. I'm sorry.
They need tranquilizers and lithium, copious amounts of both.
Drip. Yeah, they need a Thorazine drip and one of those nice white jackets to hug themselves. Absolutely, in a padded room.
Donna, Pink Bow is not a mod in Purple Phoenixes, but she is there. When I was able to actually click Pink Bow's link, so I go into like Mama T's and Ernie's community post because there you can click on the profile of people if you're not a mod. And she started her channel, I think it was October of 2023. So, but I had seen her, she's in Purple Phoenix's every live stream, every single one of them.
Does she do the same thing over there that she does in Minutes?
She sure the fuck does, but not as bad. Not as bad. She talks to herself. She makes crazy, hey Sable, crazy accusations over there too.
For fuck's sake. There should be an IQ requirement to be on YouTube. IQ requirement and a mental stability test because there's no fucking way.
Oh, Sable, you gotta send me what you have. Send me what you have. I don't know who Stony is, but Krebs is a weirdo.
They do all deserve each other over there. No patience. They really do. Because it's like they're a match made in fucking the loony bin.
Hell. Match made in hell.
Nah, the loony bin. That's where they all need to be together with all their fucking padded rooms right next to each other.
At all costs.
Oh, that's so not nice, but it's the truth.
It's the truth. The truth isn't nice. Pendar.
He cammed up once, Pendar?
Yes.
Oh my God.
He cammed up. I was in Tennessee on vacation last July, and Mama T was live. I was in there. Kat was in there. We were all gaslighting, saying were we saying Chris was really rap?
Oh, I remember that.
I can't remember, but
yeah, y'all were saying that it was really rap.
Yeah, I think Kat. Yeah, Kat. I was about 2 sheets to the wind, but I remember sitting out by the bonfire behind our cabin, and we were like, "Cam up, Chris! Cam up, Chris!" And I think it was Catlin that got him to cam up. But he has a channel, and he has done a couple quick live streams where he's spurging out. The dude definitely rode the shortest bus of them all. If
So
you
he was
check
on
out
the
his
scene.
Facebook page, all you have to do is use Chris Miller, and then if you do the search Pennsylvania, you will
Mhm.
find him. And this guy is on Facebook crying every time he posts. Woe is me. Well, I guess I'm going to be alone this weekend. Nobody wants to hang out with me. I should just end my life. Boo hoo hoo. Like, he's a tard.
Hi, DC.
Hey, DC.
Wow. See, this is why I say they need a mental eval to be on this, because there's no way so many people with all these issues are allowed to roam YouTube.
Freely
Like,
on
they're
the
a
internet.
liability. Oh my
Well, look at
God.
ATIL.
That bitch,
She's another one.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I need
So,
to get a hold of her facility that she lives at, because there's no way.
so Tog found a recording that she forgot she had, and she uploaded it today, where ETIL was admitting that she gave people her name on YouTube. She wasn't doxxed. This woman, again, like, internet access needs to be supervised by a guardian or revoked.
Yes. Yes,
Period.
absolutely.
Especially in your state, because apparently your state allows these tards to file complaints and get harassment prevention orders when they're the ones harassing people and you have no way to defend yourself.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
when I
I'm sorry
defended
about that.
myself and she was a no-show, I have a warrant for my arrest in Massachusetts, Queen Ashley.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
No, but what they said to me was, you need to come here, and if you don't take care of it, when you go to retire to get Social Security, you won't get it because you have a warrant for your arrest in our state. And I was
Okay.
like, no, that's what they told me at the clerk
And
of
I'd be like,
courts.
okay, by the time I retire, 9 times out of 10, there won't be any Social Security. So what the fuck do I do?
Right. Yeah, I still
All
have
right.
22 years.
Yeah, like, okay. Like, big whoop. No Social Security. Whoop de doo.
But I was like, lady, this is insane.
Yeah, that's
I've
fine.
got a warrant for my arrest on an HPO that was dismissed for failure to show on the
Yeah.
petitioner side.
Yeah, so that makes no sense.
They're saying I violated it the day before the court hearing.
Oh,
Because, and I said, well, still doesn't make sense. She didn't show up. It was
yeah.
dismissed.
It was
But
thrown
I
out.
did.
Like,
You want to know what my violation was? Restreaming ATIL, going live and telling people to call Barnstable PD on me.
yeah, I remember that.
And
I
I called
remember.
Barnstable PD.
I remember that because I even see. So back then, and this is how credible I truly am. I told her, and Daisy Joe is a witness to this. I told her because she was crying and complaining. She was afraid to go to the court and this, that, and the third. And I'm like, listen, if you need somebody to go with you, I'll go with you.
Yeah.
Like, it's nothing to hop on the commuter rail and be right there. Like, it's nothing for me. And she's like, no, I have somebody to take me. I don't know. I don't feel good about it. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, listen, even if you didn't have somebody to go with you, I could meet you and we can go together. It's not that big of a deal. And then she came back with well, the person that was supposed to take me, she had
Her,
a
her son was
emergency and
sick. Yep.
she couldn't take me. And I'm like, but you had other options to go.
They
You
would have
chose not
allowed
to go.
her, yeah, they would have allowed her to do a Zoom had
Yeah.
she requested that in advance based on her
Mhm.
alleged disability status and lack of
Yeah.
transportation.
Hmm.
I think she was scared to go because she knew, aside from me calling her and singing stupid nursery rhyme songs with her name in it, but that was after months of bullshit fucking live streams about me.
Yeah. That too. I remember that too. I remember somebody tried to troll her and say it was me in her chat. And I'm like, I'm not even there. I'm blocked in her chat. Look, so how am I in her chat? Like, what the? I
No,
was
that
getting
I
blocked every other day in her chat.
no, I can tell you that was not us. Absolutely was not us with your name because we would just use stupid names like I pretended to be MAGA. That was who I pretended to be when I was in her chat.
Yeah,
Um, but I don't know. God,
yeah,
she is a nutcase.
she is. And if I have to go up to Barnstable, it's not going to be pretty. Like she just needs to quit. Just quit it. Like I'm giving her an opportunity to just stop. I really
Well,
am before I just make my next move because my next
yeah,
move is definitely going to be my best move. So,
everybody has shown this woman grace, but at this point,
mhm,
it is absolute harassment. And you don't get to claim your mental disability on that.
yeah, no,
Because somebody is her fucking guardian.
yeah.
She has a guardian.
Oh, I know, and that's the problem.
They're
But see,
not overseeing her.
I'm gonna tell you something, right? The mental health aspect of Massachusetts is shit. I can tell you that firsthand. It's shit.
I was
They
told
once,
that.
yeah, once, like, okay, so let's say you have a child with a mental disability. Once they hit a certain age and they're able to be on their own, regardless if they live in a facility or not, they're allowed to do whatever they want with no
So
supervision.
at one point, she mentioned the nonprofit where she would volunteer. And
Mm-hmm.
they provide guardian services. They
Yeah.
provide like services for those like ATIO.
Mm-hmm.
So I reached out to them prior to her HPO,
Mm-hmm.
trying to say, like, can somebody help her? She is getting in too deep. She is being harassed by people. And it wasn't me or Ernie at that point.
Yeah.
Somebody has been messing with her.
Oh yeah,
Somebody,
absolutely.
somebody probably is calling her.
Hey Mo.
And I was trying to find her either guardian or who could advocate for her. So I discussed it on a live stream and I'll
Mm-hmm.
never forget. Um, gosh, I'm trying to think of, I think her name was stage name, and then she changed it to Francine. Francine was a diehard Ernie person. She and I were pretty close up until she decided Traders was better than I was. But she
Oh, I
had,
remember Francine.
yeah, she had reached out to me and said, listen, I used to live there. That nonprofit is fucking useless. They have
Mm-hmm.
been investigated by the state. They do
Yep.
not advocate for the people that they oversee, that they
Mm-hmm.
have guardianship over. They pretty much control their finances. There's been investigations for um, embezzlement from the
Mm-hmm.
people that they
Fraud.
are
Yep.
over. Yeah. And I was
Mm-hmm.
like, what? Oh, yeah. She went on and said, listen, they're not going to do anything to
Yep.
help her at all.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's how it is. Because when I worked at a doggy daycare center back in like 2012, and we used to get residents from one of the organizations like what she's in,
Yeah.
and they would they were supposed to send them in a van to come to the facility. The people just sat with the dogs. They would like take the towels out, bring fresh towels and fill up mop buckets. Like they would just do little stuff, and the worker was supposed to come once a week to check in, make sure everything was good. The worker only came twice. Never seen the
Oh,
worker again. These people were taking public transportation to and from the facility, from our facility to wherever they lived. They had no supervision. They had no money. They would come in with bagged lunches or no food at all because they
oh
had
my
no money.
God.
Yeah. That's why I tell you, like, the mental health here is shit.
So I know, like, in our community, they are hot and heavy with oversight.
Mm-hmm.
like with the
Hey,
AFC
Jimbo.
homes, the BHU programs.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they
It's okay,
prosecute
Jimbo.
people regularly that you can't produce receipts for the money you spent from that person. They will
Mm-hmm.
charge you criminally in our community. Um, my sister spent many years working with, it used to be community mental health, and it was the disabled children and disabled adult programs, the day
Mm-hmm.
programs. And I mean, they were with them. Everywhere they go, they would go to like recycling. They do like all this stuff to keep them
Yeah.
busy throughout the
Yeah.
day. But a
Mm-hmm.
lot
They
of
put
them
a little
also,
dollars in their pocket. Yeah.
but a lot of them also resided in an adult foster care. So
Mm-hmm.
the adult foster care owner would be the guardian of that person. It was those
Mm-hmm.
adult foster carers that were embezzling their money.
Money. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I
Yep.
mean it's just sad to me. Like these
It's
are
very
one of our
sad.
most vulnerable citizens,
Are
and
being treated
people
like
will
shit.
fucking steal from
Mm-hmm.
them.
Yep. And making them seem like they're the crazy ones. And it's like, no, they might be a little tapped, but they know what they're talking about.
Yeah,
They can comprehend certain things.
yeah.
My little sister, my youngest sister, she lives in New Hampshire and she's nonverbal autistic. And she's about 20, she's in her 20s now. Because her and her brother, which is my little brother, they're around the same age. I think they're like 2 or 3 years apart. And she lives in a home, and that's only because as she got older, she became way stronger than her mom.
Violent, yeah.
And yeah, and she would have violent outbursts, and it's not like she was doing it on purpose.
No,
Her mom had to change facilities 3 times
that's sad.
because 2 of the facilities were abusing her
Oh,
because of her violent outbursts.
I mean, I've read cases where individuals like your sister are impregnated by male staff.
Yep. Yeah,
I mean,
her mom had gotten her tubes tied when she became in a I think it was when she was 18.
oh,
Her
that's
mom
good.
got her tubes tied. Yeah, just so if that if
Yeah,
she was
yep,
assaulted, it wouldn't produce a child because she was menstruating and everything like
yeah.
that. But yeah, her mom did that when she turned 18. And I think that was a year or so after she was homed in the first facility.
I give big
So,
props to anybody that has a child like that,
yeah.
and you get no shade from me for putting them in a home because there just comes a time where mentally, emotionally, and physically you can't do it anymore. It's
Yeah,
too much.
exactly.
Too much.
Exactly. And it's like you try your best, you do what you need to do, but with and it's not even you just handing your child off and being like, I can't do this anymore. No, physically you can't. Like they're
Yeah.
overpowering you.
Oh yeah.
They're smacking you, they're punching you, they're kicking you
Yeah.
if they can move their lower extremities because some can't. And it's like
Yeah.
you're running around with bruises and people think that you're in an abusive relationship and it's
Yeah.
embarrassing to be like, no, my child did it.
I did.
Because then
I
people
did.
will look at
Yeah.
you
No.
like you're crazy.
I did part-time respite work when um right before I started nursing school, and the respite work was through Saginaw County, and it was a friend's brother,
Okay.
and it wasn't just a form of autism. I mean, he had so many genetic problems,
Mm.
but he was nonverbal, and he was 6'4", almost 300 pounds, and
Oh, damn.
when he was agitated, I would even get my ass beat by him. You know what
See?
I mean? And I just provided respite a couple hours a week just so the parents could have a breather and go grocery shopping or go on a date. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There was a couple times I kept him overnight, and that was exhausting.
Mhm.
I would put him in the spare bedroom and just and regardless, it was a baby gate, but he
Mhm.
mentally couldn't figure out that he could step over it or open it.
Yeah,
But my God, I could not imagine living with that 24/7. I couldn't.
exactly.
I would have been the parent that put my child
Yeah,
immediately into adult foster care when they turned
yeah,
18. I would have.
yeah, you would
No
have
way I
to,
could have done that.
because they can escape the house. You would never know it unless you get the alarms on your doors
Yep.
and get like the child-proof locks. But even that, just like with a child, sooner or later they watch you and they will figure it out.
Well, Christopher ended up succumbing to, he ended up, he would have these absent seizures. He was also diabetic because feeding or eating was what calmed him down. And he would
Mm,
only eat like bologna, anything that was super spicy. He was very particular about what he ate, but if you let him, he would eat 24/7.
yeah.
Well, by the time I was involved in his life, he was diabetic. So, of course, I had to do
Mhm,
his blood sugar, I had to inject insulin, yada, yada,
mm.
yada. But try changing a diaper on a combative man that size. And
It's impossible.
it is. Actually, I told the story about how Maggie and I witnessed Hank, our dog, get hit, in his own yard a couple
Yeah.
days ago. Christopher was actually at our house when that happened, and it was so hard because here I'm holding my dying dog. I have my toddler flipping out, and then I've got
Mhm.
Chris with his towel going and like
Yeah.
trying to hit me because he didn't know what was
Mhm.
going on.
He didn't understand. Yeah.
But
Mhm.
he ended up going into status epilepticus, and this is not a HIPAA violation. This was at this point, I'm family with these people. So
Yeah.
um I was doing a favor for the family.
Mhm.
But he ended up going into status epilepticus, was admitted to the hospital, and ended up with what they call, and I may be slightly incorrect, serotonin man. So it was an overproduction of serotonin that
Mhm.
turned him completely red like a lobster, and
Oh,
it killed him.
wow.
He ended up dying, but he had no quality of life.
Yeah.
He had
Yeah.
zero quality of life.
Yeah.
So I mean, I wasn't sad. I was like, finally, this guy is like almost 30 years old,
He can
and
be
this
at
is,
peace finally. Yeah.
yeah, like his body just was like enough.
Hey, Sister Callie.
Hey, Sister
Yeah.
Callie. Oh,
Yeah.
serotonin syndrome. I thought it was serotonin man. It's very rare from my understanding, Sister Callie. Correct me if I'm wrong, but he's no longer in, I mean, I guess he's not really suffering because he didn't know any different. That was just his life, his whole life, right?
Yeah.
But it was extremely mentally and emotionally and physically taxing on his parents. They'd been married, over 30 years, and they were in their mid 50s. It was a lot for them.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Exactly.
they would not put him in a home. And I
Mhm.
understand that too. If I had a child like that, I would feel differently, but from the
Yeah.
outside, I would
Looking
be
in. Yeah.
like, AFC home,
Yeah.
this is too much.
Yeah. No, I understand wholeheartedly. Like my my adoptive grandparents that used to live up the street from me, um the my adoptive grandfather, he got dementia and Alzheimer's,
Oh yeah.
and he would he lived with his wife and their son that was a really bad diabetic. He lived downstairs, and he would escape out of the house in the middle of the night, have to go looking for him. He
Oh,
had broke my adoptive grandmother's hand because she was trying to stop him one day from going outside. And she ended up having to put him into a home, and it was the worst thing because we would always go up there to go visit him, and he was just a shell of a man. Like, he had no emotion. He didn't know who we were. He wouldn't talk, nothing. And it was just the saddest thing in the world.
I
So I
have, yeah, I follow so many dementia Alzheimer's pages or channels on TikTok, and
Mhm.
just watching the decline in real time. You know what I'm saying? Like, you
Yeah,
as the subscriber see the decline. And dementia and Alzheimer's is so devastating
yeah, it is.
to
'Cause
watch.
it
Even
happens just like that.
yes. I mean, there's one channel that she has, like, from the beginning when she was first diagnosed, and of course there
Mhm.
wasn't a lot of outward, um people wouldn't know unless they were in intimate contact, but
Yeah.
and then watching them through to where they're nonverbal, they can
Mhm.
barely walk,
Mhm.
um,
They have to be
it is a
fed.
yeah,
Yeah,
it
they
is such a
basically go back
cruel
to a
disease.
child.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is
yeah,
a
and it's
cruel,
sad.
cruel
Yeah.
disease, and I give nothing but major accolades to whomever can keep their loved one in in their home.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
remember I started out healthcare at, Shiawassee County, um, Medical Care Facility in 1999, and that was a nursing home, and I remember I was put on 1 East, and 1 East was the locked dementia unit, and it was the loneliest and saddest part of that whole facility,
Mhm.
because at that point, these people were so violent that their
Yeah.
family members coming in to see them, these patients became so agitated, and even in my
Mhm.
young 19-year-old mind, 20-year-old mind, I'm saying, I think these patients, there's something inside, they recognize that it's family, but they're so angry that they
Yeah.
can't verbalize or have a functioning thought process. It's
Mhm.
hard.
It
It
is.
is
It's very hard.
hard.
It's very hard and it's very sad, especially like when
Yeah.
you live it day after day. Like, it's heartbreaking. It really is. Hey, fugitive. It's very disheartening, and it's like some people are like, oh, I would never put my
Oh, I
family member
would.
in a home. And it's like, listen,
It's
if
safety.
it need be, if
It's
I have
safety.
to, if I have no choice, guess what? You gotta go. And that's how it is with my grandmother. Like, my grandmother will be 90 this year, and she has problems with her legs. She has like mild Alzheimer's, and it's like, she's like, I never want to go to a home. And it's like, but if you have to, if you cannot stay in this house by yourself, you can't even get to the third floor because your legs bother you so bad. It takes you forever to get down to the first floor. And I've
Yeah.
asked to move down to the first floor because it's easier. You would have everything right there, the same as you have on the second floor, but it
Yeah.
would just be easier for you to get in and out of the house. But you're being hard headed and stubborn. So, therefore, I don't know what to tell you, but if it comes down to it, because I'm her power of attorney
Yeah.
and I'm her healthcare proxy. So if it comes down to it, brass tacks, she's going. She's gonna probably hate me for doing
No,
it,
she
but
won't.
I'm doing it for her.
No.
No, she
Yep.
would. No, she would. She would. But
Yeah, but
in
you
the
you
end,
gotta,
I
I
will
mean,
know that I did what
yeah,
I needed to do to save her.
absolutely. I mean, we're not just talking broken hips here. I mean,
No,
she could fall and die.
exactly, considering she has a pacemaker,
This,
she has AFib. Like, I, back not last year, but the year before last, between Christmas and New Year's, I rushed her to the hospital every other day because she could barely breathe. And
oh,
she had fluid building on her friggin' in her lungs and on her heart.
yeah.
That's the
No,
most scariest thing in the free world. And she makes it seem like it was just something that was supposed to happen. No, that's not supposed to happen, man.
Yeah.
And even before they put the pacemaker in, she had them call me. Like, oh, do you think I should do it? Ma'am, if it's gonna keep you
If
alive
you
for a
want to
lot longer,
live,
then yes.
yeah,
Like,
if
what
you
do
want to
you
live,
mean? Like, that shouldn't even been a question for me. When the doctors
I,
asked
yeah,
you, you should have been like, yes, please do it. Like,
I,
what are
I
we
just,
doing here?
I don't know how family caretakers do it. I've not been in that position yet.
Yeah.
I can say that on my dad's side, everyone's still alive, but like my dad, but that was drugs, and my
Yeah.
aunt Cookie, she had polycystic kidney disease and had one donor kidney from my uncle, but everyone else
Mhm.
is healthy as a horse, right?
Yeah.
I don't know much about my mom's side of the family except for one
Mhm.
sibling passed in like 05, 06. But I look
Okay.
at my mom and I'm like, my mom is going to be, let's see, she's going to be 67 this year. She
Mm.
has been a longtime smoker. Like, I don't know how my mother is still as healthy as she is right now, right?
My mother too.
Um, I it's shocking to me, but I know that should the time come, it will
Mhm.
not be me. It will be my sister that's directly below me. She's a
Mm.
better caretaker than I am, but
Yeah.
to think of my mom having Alzheimer's would be devastating.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, I see that
Absolutely.
this early onset Alzheimer's that clearly is a bigger issue than I knew until I
Yeah.
joined TikTok. But we're seeing people in their 50s being
Mhm.
diagnosed. And I know
Yeah.
there's data to suggest that aluminum is playing a part, and there's aluminum in
Mhm.
our antiperspirants, the foods
Yeah.
that we, soda cans, what
Mhm.
have you. I don't know if it's heavy metal buildup because I'm not in a neurology specialty, but
Yeah.
that's scary. I mean,
Yeah.
all of these people with early onset dementia, all
Mhm.
these young people with colon cancer and breast cancer. It's like, Sister Callie, if you're still here, correct me if I'm wrong, but I have seen a huge uptick in colon cancer and breast cancer over the
Mhm.
last 3 years. And I can't wrap my mind around it except for
Yeah.
one glaring thing that I can't mention because it could get the stream taken down.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
Uh,
I've seen it. I've seen it too. And
It's
they
in,
pushed back the age of getting a mammogram and a
yep, and
colonoscopy.
colonoscopies,
Yeah.
absolutely, they have.
Hmm. Because it's on the rise. Yeah. Yeah. Younger patients. Absolutely. Yep. Hmm.
Oh, you think it's due to better screening tools? All
Yeah.
right.
I
You
don't know.
are no patient? You're being
Oh
diagnosed with
wow.
what?
I'm being diagnosed
Oh,
presently
no
and I'm 57.
patience.
I'm so sorry.
Oh.
Yeah, it could be a lot more awareness now too. And especially like because a lot of people don't know their family history. So it's like you could go to the doctor and be like, no, I don't think so. I don't think anybody, and then you could have it and then find out down the
Yeah.
line that other family members had it and you just didn't know. And then I don't, and then a lot of people just don't like going to doctor's appointments either.
I agree with that statement.
So
I
it's just
wholeheartedly agree with that statement. I'm one of
like
them.
yeah, me too for the most part.
Well, when I look, and I'm not going to give out too much information, but when I look at the Mean Girls chat,
Yes, you will know patience.
I mean, we have, that would be two in our chat right now.
Hmm. Yeah,
That would be two.
yeah.
That
I
would
don't know.
be that would be two.
Yeah, my uncle, he has cancer. We found out at the beginning of the year. That's my grandmother's oldest child. And then my aunt, my great aunt, which was my grandmother's last living sibling, she passed in like 2012, I want to say 2011, 2012. She had brain cancer, but she was in remission and she passed from COPD, and she hadn't smoked by that time in like 40 years.
Oh
So
yeah. No,
it,
I mean, I look at
it's wild.
environmental. I look at environmental as well, chaos. When I was in pediatric oncology, the amount of leukemias and neuroblastomas that came from Clinton and Ingham counties was astronomical, statistically speaking.
Yeah.
And some from our county, but more so from Clinton County, which is a highly rural area with a lot of farm
Mhm.
and a lot of
Mhm.
neurotoxins that are sprayed on those fields, the
Mhm.
herbicides, insecticides. And I still believe that
That's the
multiple
funny of it.
sclerosis plays a part in that as well, because you see a lot of patients that multiple sclerosis hits the North and Midwest areas with farm. And if you look at the people that are diagnosed with MS, and I've been asking this question of people that I know with MS for about, let's see, Ashton's 21.
Hold on, Lena. Hold on, because I'm about to block this person. Nobody blocked them yet. Alan Krebs, guess what? I have the transcripts from the below closeout LLC.
Yeah.
So she doesn't need to tell me anything about it because I have it on my Google Drive. So now,
I just showed all of my canceled checks from that time frame just last week. You may have missed it, Queen Ashley, but I
mhm,
found it in my tote. It was all my banking. You can make any claim in court you want, and if you can't afford to defend yourself, Alan, you are fucked. And I got fucked. Had I stole all that money, Livonia PD would have arrested me when they came to investigate me in July of 2008. Go to Livonia PD, do a FOIA request, get the fucking police report, and you will see why they did not fucking charge me criminally, you dumb fuck. Anybody can file a claim in court, but if you cannot afford to defend yourself in court, you're
you're
fucked.
screwed. Exactly.
And I didn't have that kind of money back then. So
And that's
fuck
why
you,
a lot of
Alan.
people don't file lawsuits against people because they don't have the money to defend
I
themselves.
just found my fucking Chase checkbooks from that time frame. The $10,000 that I was sending here, 10,000, 10,000, 10,000, 5,000, 3,000. Shut up, Alan.
Like, you subscribe to me just to say that. Like, that was
Yes.
stupid.
Go
Like,
contact
you should
Uncle
have came a
Jeffy, you
little
sick
better than
fuck.
that. He should have came a little bit better than that. That
Yeah.
was cute. That was so cute.
Below Closeout LLC didn't even exist when I started my eBay business, Alan. It was created in just to fucking file a false fucking police report. Do your due diligence, bro.
Oh, poor Alan.
Anyways. No, but
Go back
I
to your
truly,
sister.
next time you meet someone with multiple sclerosis, I'm
Mhm.
advising all of you, because this is a question that I have, and I don't have the ability to write a fucking research paper on this and
Yeah.
get it publicized, but 9 out of 10 grew up in an area where herbicides and insecticides were sprayed on farmlands.
Oh, wow.
Out of I've got literally a running email that I have
Hmm.
for the last 20 years of who's diagnosed, where they lived. Because it's my own question.
Yeah,
It's not just an autoimmune disease that one day happens, something triggers it, and
triggers
what
it.
is it and why?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, you'd be surprised to find out in like those small rural areas how many people have the same exact
issues.
issues.
And some of
And
it's
it will
genetic.
blow your mind.
Some of it's genetic. Some of it is genetic mismatch disorders. When you see like the Middle Eastern families,
Mhm.
they have a lot of incest because that's their culture. And then when they come to United States, they're married to their cousin. Um,
Mhm.
Forgive me, it's been years, but I think it's called sanguineous something relation. And you will see a mismatched genetic disorder that will predispose, or it's just
Mhm.
genetic within a regular family. And
Mm.
it just happened, or you're genetically predisposed. But it's interesting to me with MS, they still don't know why.
What caused it? Yeah. Yeah.
And they're definitely not going to go against Monsanto, who
Mhm.
creates these neurotoxins.
Yeah.
They're not going to.
Oh,
All
of
right, honey,
course
I got to
not.
get off here. It's almost 6. I'm making olive burgers tonight. So I've got my
Mm.
spread made and I've got to get my burgers made. So thank you for
Yeah, I
having me
think I'm
up.
either making pork chops or chicken. I don't know. I took them both out because I'll make one today and one tomorrow. So I got to figure that out too. But once again, thank you for coming up. I appreciate
Yeah,
you.
you need to go
Enjoy your
live more
dinner.
often.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know
Well,
you're
like I said,
busy. I know you're
yeah,
busy.
yeah.
So,
But I will
all right.
try.
All right. Talk to you later, honey.
All right, later.
Bye.
Bye. Yes, Jimbo, you missed all the fun. We just had to kick Alan out because he was being a Krabby Patty. You missed it. Yeah, Sable, I blocked him. He's gone. Vanished. Vamoose. Oh, thank you, Tiny T. I appreciate it. Like, I honestly, because of my new schedule, like before I used to go live every Tuesday afternoon. And because I would have Sunday through Wednesday off. I only worked Thursday, Friday, and Saturday when I first started my job. Oh, thank you, Chaos and Roses. I appreciate that. Um, so I had more time, I had more downtime. I had a day to sleep because every Sunday I go to my fiance's house. Oh, my mama. Thank you, darling. Um, so I would sleep Monday and get everything ready for the Tuesday streams. But as of the first of the year, I actually gained a day. So it started that I would work Wednesday through Saturday, which put me into full time. And now I there was extra hours available at one point. So me, I'm always going to get those extra hours no matter what, just because we have my grandson. So I mean, and if I can help take care of him a lot better and alleviate some of the stress off my daughter, I will. So I would work on Tuesdays, sometimes Mondays. It all depends. Um, but now it seems like my new schedule is Tuesday through Saturday. So now technically I only have Sunday and Monday off. So it's like it's a battle now, but I have a goal that I'm working towards. So it's helping me get to that goal a lot quicker than before, which is a blessing. And like I don't get me wrong, like I love my job. My job is the most easiest thing that I've ever done working. No patience. I try to bring common sense because some things just don't make sense. And in my brain, if it doesn't make sense, I sit there and I dwell on it and I ponder and I try and I try to get into that person's shoes and be like, well, maybe they meant this, or maybe they're leaving things out for whatever reason. But I've not got to see YouTube today. No, Jimbo. Ocean Lover said yesterday she wasn't showing no receipts. And she said that Mammoth never asked her for any receipts. So I'm assuming I could be making an ass out of me and you. But my assumption is there are no receipts because you already put them out. They know that it's all a lie, but they're going to continuously run with that lie because it makes them feel better at night. That's the only thing I can get out of this whole situation because it just doesn't make sense. Like, everything was proven and they still are going to run with this. Yes, bush watchers, please be dolls and hit that like button, please. But yeah, we'll never see any receipts other than the ones that you produce because they are the actual factual receipts. You did not Photoshop anything. Tiger Lori Photoshopped your pictures. She Photoshopped you out of one of the pictures, hence why your arms were still there. It is what it is. They're a bunch of dingbats. They all need to be on the funny farm with the white jackets to hug themselves and Thorazine drips. That's it. That's all. Yes, and the picture was her YouTube profile. That is right there. Right there. Case closed. End of conversation. She's a fucking lying scammer. Oh, and Jimbo, also, we are under the assumption that they were going to try and extort you out of your settlement money. Yeah. They hatched this plan because, like Mammoth said, she had been talking to this woman for days. She talked to her 2 hours the day before or 2 days before she was supposed to be on the panel. Because remember, the first time she bailed on her, and then the second time she actually came up. So we think that they tried to hatch a plan, and she was going to come out with all this information on YouTube, and then was going to come to you and be like, well, I won't go to the police if you give me X amount of dollars. And then she would have had to split it with Ernie and Mammoth. Yeah. Yeah. That's our running idea in our heads. We could be wrong. We could be right. We don't know because it's not going to get that far. And like I said, Mammoth can't sue you for your settlement money for slander and defamation because A, she would have to prove that everything that you have said about her are lies, which they are not. There are plenty of receipts out there with documentation to prove in word of mouth by her stepmother. Her stepmother has nothing to gain by lying on her. Sorry, not sorry. So, oh yeah, she will go and hide. Yep. Yep. Absolutely chasing justice. Abso-fucking-lutely. But yeah, so I want to thank everybody that has joined me today. I greatly appreciate it. Once again, thank you, Nicolina, for coming up and spreading your words of wisdom. I appreciate everybody. Thank you for coming to the Queen's Court. And join me again, where we will bring common sense to the table. And if not, we'll make a joke about it anyways. Have a good night, y'all.